Alright, this is for people who need help with Raz-Kids. So go to the Raz-Kids.com, go to member login, you put your username, password, login. If you have not entered your students into Raz-Kids, then you would go where it says manage students, click roster. And if we have kids in the lower grade level, before you add a student, make sure you look in the transfer. And these are students are in here by teacher in alphabetical order. So before you go create a new account, make sure the student doesn't already have an existing account. You would click on the student here and you would transfer him to him or her into your class. If you do not see the student anywhere on the list, then you would go back to where it says add student. You would put the student username. I usually put their first name, last initial, first name, last name, their ID number if you want. It's optional, the grade level, and here you will put their reading level. And then here you can either choose to put a password. The student will I usually put their ID number because they use that for everything, so I would put their ID number there. Or if you're in kinder, I'm not sure, some teachers may want to use an icon. So if you're in one class, I would use the same icon, or it's your choice. So that's how you add a student. Unfortunately, you have to add one student at a time or for this process. Once you have your students inputted into the system, then you can go to the file cabinet, and here you will go to resources, and you could do all leveled books if you choose. You can choose whatever you want: fiction, nonfiction, classic, by genre, by subject, by additional text that you want to do. Whatever you guys are focusing on your lesson plan for the week, you can choose. I usually do leveled books. It's easier for me to assign. I will show you in a minute why. So let's say, for example, I have a student who is on reading level J. Let's say we're doing text features. Well, here is a book. It's non-fictional, informational. What you can do from here is you can click assign. Once you have all your students on your roster, they will be here. So you can click on whoever you want to assign that book. If you want to assign it to the whole class, then you click all students. In a minute, I will show you how I group my students. For example, these are my level J. So when I go to assign it, I can click the pink group, and the pink group is all letter J, level J. My green group is my letters Fs. My blues are my Ds. My yellows are my kind of higher level Ks and Ls. So you can go in and assign a book. So let's say this is a level J book. I'm going to assign it to my level J books, to my students on level J. And that's it. And let's say I wanted to do this book, The Amazing Octopus. Same thing. Assign. Click your student. Or you can also go and click individually. Assign. There's also a way for teachers who are teaching in Spanish. I will show you in a minute. If you're teaching in Spanish, I believe you have to go to the book And there is a way to move it to Spanish. Okay, I will show you all in a minute how to do that. Here. So again, you go back to resources, you click Spanish, and then same thing, you go to Spanish leveled books, and here you are. You have all of your leveled readers in Spanish. Unfortunately, I don't think this one does it by level like the other one, so you just have to click a number until you find what level you are looking for. Okay, so here we have level E. So the same thing. El bosque de ballenas. You would go into assign, and same thing, click your students and hit assign. So same thing. All right, to group your students, you'll go back to Manage Students, Roster. So once you input all of your students, it will look something like this. And you also have a way, they have avatars that they can build and they can earn points and incentives. I have mine blocked, but for now I'm going to open them up. Usually at school, students will spend extra time on this, and I really want them to focus and get in their lesson. All right, so then you will, let's say, I'm just going to click some random student. All of these students, let's say, are reading level A. So you will select the students you want. You will click Group, and you can even add your own. You could say level A. Add. And if you notice here, the ones that you clicked will say level A. So when you go back to group another set of students, make sure you unclick. You can go here and erase them all. So if you click, you pick these students, make sure when you're done assigning, you make sure the boxes are clear. And you will have your groups. For example, if this little girl has 2 levels, I'm going to go here and I'm going to unclick the one I do not want. And then I'm going to unclick her name because I am done. I don't want this one on level A. And I believe that was it. This one. Click on the student name. Click on group. That's how you manage class rosters, putting kids in groups. And then here you will click on reports, and here you will find students have logged on. Now you can change this. You can change the date. Let's say we're going to do the last 7 days. And so it tracks how long each student was on the program. Notice there's not that many. Here on the assignments, it shows some of the students have not gotten on. This student in particular, if you want to know what grade they are, here's a student. She read, "Are you from Australia?" And she got 4 out of 5 questions correct. This is how first grade is going to take their assessment on Friday. So we put 4 books a total of 20 questions. So this is how you can check your student. Also, this can record. I will show you.
Animals, animals. Animals, animals. There is many kinds of animals. The milk is the deer family. In the deer family.
Okay, so that's one way you can listen. You can also go back and you can put in assessments. You could do a running record. You can do a benchmark book. You can put in the book and hit assign. Select your student and click assign. So it's very easy. You just have to really tackle the book and look to see exactly what it is you want your students to do. So this is just a quick tutorial. If you need any more help, let me know. This is pretty much the basic of what Raz-Kids can do. There's also worksheets on here. There's so much writing, vocabulary, there's graphic organizers. There's a lot of resources on Raz-Kids that you really just have to sit here and click on things to discover lots of other things. But again, if you need any help, just let me know.